What's up everyone, it's Caddy with Money Investing Real Estate. So this is a brand new channel that I wanted to start for us to discuss real estate, opportunities in real estate. I've got one of my closest friends here. His name's Dalton. I'll allow him to introduce himself, tell us a little bit about his story. But the goal is for us to find deals, analyze deals, because I feel like the stock market and real estate kind of complement each other really well. And it's a great tool to build wealth and also achieve financial freedom very, very quickly. So obviously this is not going to be a get rich quick channel. We are going to apply some of the philosophies and some of the strategies that we apply with the stock market over on real estate. And the topic of this video is really going to be answering one single question: why real estate in general? Why do we want to invest in real estate? So I'll let Dalton introduce himself and tell us a little bit about his story. And the goal would be for us to partner together and look for deals and of course invest together. So over to Dalton now.
All right, well, thank you so much for having me, Caddy. It's been a long time of us talking about this, so I'm glad we are finally getting it to fruition. But a little bit about me. Caddy and I met back in college at St. Joseph's a couple of years ago, actually a little over 3 years ago now. My fiance, soon-to-be wife, bought a duplex ourselves. We are currently house hacking, so that's one of the strategies we'll be able to talk to with you guys down the road. We are house hacking the bottom unit, renting out the top. It's been very lucrative for both of us to basically live rent-free, and our tenants pay the mortgage, so that's been great. And we'll go over the benefits of why real estate, and hopefully we can get some deals going to teach everyone else about this.
Right. So what would you say is the biggest benefit you've seen with investing in real estate?
The biggest benefit that I've seen, and we got in at a good time, I would say, right during that COVID boom where we saw equity getting a little bit higher than we have in the past, quicker. The biggest thing I've seen is we bought the place over 3 years ago and we've already generated $100,000 in equity in our place.
Right, so capital appreciation.
Capital appreciation,
right.
Yeah.
So that was actually one of the books. So one of the books that Dalton recommended to me was Rental Property Investing by, who is it by? Brendan Turner from Bigger Pockets. I'm sure you guys know about him. But there are 4 key benefits that he talks about in that book, and those are tax advantages, capital appreciation, the equity pay down from the tenants, and the fourth and final is the cash flow. Now, what Dalton mentioned, the biggest benefit is capital appreciation. Now, obviously, this is very cyclical. It depends very much on the market that you're investing in. That doesn't always happen. So that is obviously a benefit that you're not really banking on. Is that right? I mean, it's really the cash flow and the equity pay down that's more under your control, not so much the cap gain.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So when we ran the deal 3 years ago, we looked at a few different market, cash on cash return on investment. We used an FHA loan, which we learned some things throughout that process as well, which we'll get into later on. But the big things we looked on cash and our cap rate.
Right, the cap rate. So the difference I would say between the stock market and real estate investing really is that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dalton, but you got a lot more control when you're investing in real estate because there are more variables under your control. You own the property, you decide who you can rent it out to, and then of course all the upgrades. You can also do forced appreciation. But with stock market, it's really there's not a lot of variables under your control. You analyze a stock, you invest in that company, you expect the future to play out, and the stock price will obviously increase. If they pay out a dividend, that is something maybe that you can foresee from an expectation standpoint. But with real estate, I feel like there's a lot more in control that you have when you're investing in this.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you can look at the national statistics and show you that you're going to get those gains over the time of the course. Rents are going to always continue to increase. So if the numbers make sense when you go to first buy, it's only going to continue to get better as the market goes.
So now there are obviously many strategies in real estate as there are in the stock market. I've talked about this before on the main money investing channel, that there are a million ways to make money in the stock market. I'm sure there are a lot of ways to make money in real estate as well. Why rental property investing for the long term? Why buy and hold and not something like wholesaling or fixing and flipping? Why did you pick rental property investing? And I'm assuming it's for the long term.
Yeah, so we are primarily going to be buy and hold investors for us. But the big thing we saw was generational wealth. We want to build wealth for our family going forward. So if we buy early, we can continue to get the cash on cash. Our tenants will pay down our equity for us, increasing our equity and increasing our wealth.
And that's one of the things that's also mentioned in the book is that if you are looking at fixing and flipping properties for profit, or if you're looking at wholesaling, which in their own terms are very good strategies, you're really creating a job for yourself as opposed to creating passive income, which I believe is what comes with rental property investing for the long term, is that you're just really looking for mailbox money. And that's a way for you to not only generate passive income, but also allow for your tenants to pay down your equity for you.
Absolutely. And passive income, can be as passive as you like. You can get a property manager, have them do it, and you just, as much as just checking in with them once a month, how's everything going, them sending you reports, that's how passive it can be for you.
Right. And guys, the interesting situation with us, and it's going to be a very unique perspective on real estate, is because I'm not a US citizen or a resident, but Dalton is. So us partnering together is going to be a bit of a challenge because we've already talked to a lot of lenders, and financing does not come easy, especially when you have me in part of the deal. Do you want to speak a little bit about that, and what are we planning to do? How are we going to start analyzing deals?
Yeah, so we have a really good, Caddy made a really good spreadsheet a few years ago when we first started talking about this channel on how to analyze a deal, and I've been using that spreadsheet since day one, so we'll get into that a little bit down the road as well.
The thing is that when it comes to financing, obviously there's multiple different ways you can access money, right? There's hard lending, there's different types of loan products that only can be applied to, let's say, US residents or citizens, but if you have somebody from a foreign national like myself, there's not a lot of options out there. In fact, speaking with lenders, we found out that 98% of options are out of our reach because you have me in the deal. So we're gonna work around it, and that's actually gonna be a very unique perspective for everybody because, looking at our money investing channel analytics, about 60% of you are in the US, but the other 40% who may want to invest in the US market but are not necessarily US resident or citizens, it's gonna be a great perspective for you, and of course an opportunity to how to get into investing in real estate in the US for you as well. All right, everyone, so to close out this entire video, we just wanted to share our perspective on why we're looking to get into real estate when it comes to investing, and we want to give you a little bit of a summary of what this channel is and is not going to be. So Dalton, let me ask you a simple question. Where do you see this channel going from here on out and for the next several years that it's going to be on YouTube?
Caddy, I would love to share with your followers at Money Investing our struggles, what we've done to be successful. We're not going to be a get-rich-quick scheme here. That's not what we're about at Money Investing. So we're going to just teach you our whole platform from day one, how we got our first deal together, and any struggles we have along the way to get to our final goal, and hopefully bring you guys along with us on the real estate journey.
Perfect. And one of the things that I mentioned, Dalton, and I've talked about this with David and Kevin and all the members at Money Investing, is that this is a group of very, very like-minded individuals. So people that are on the same wavelength, same page when it comes to being ambitious, but also being able to help each other out, and also understanding the value of money, and so that we can help people around us. Because if you can't help yourself, you can't help other people achieve their goals either. So our goal with this channel would be to share everything that we learn throughout the whole process of investing in real estate. I want to be upfront with you, and I think Dalton would agree. We're not experts in real estate. We're just getting started. So I've been very frank in my other channel as well. I'll tell you the things that I do know, and I'll tell you the things that I don't know. And real estate is something that we don't fully know yet. But our goal is to learn and share our strategies and share everything with you so that we can grow together, and hopefully you'll have a lot of expertise. People watching this video, I'm sure you've been in the game for a long time, so we'll learn from you as well. So that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for joining. I want to thank Dalton for his time, and if you have any closing remarks, Dalton, that'd be great. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure that you drop a like and of course subscribe to the channel. It's going to be brand new for us, and we're going to vlog everything from finding a deal to analyzing a deal to figuring out financing, all the ups and downs, all the challenges, working with tenants. Everything is going to be covered on this channel. Everything related to real estate you can find on this channel.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Caddy.
Perfect.